I am Elizabeth Hobbs Keckley. I was born in February 1818 in Dinwiddie County, Virginia, enslaved from my first breath. My mother, Agnes, belonged to Colonel Armistead Burwell. He was also my father, though he never acknowledged me as his child. I knew him not as a parent, but as a master. The lessons of my childhood were harsh ones, marked by labor and punishment. My mother was married to George Pleasant Hobbs, an enslaved man from a nearby plantation. He gave me his name and treated me with a kindness that helped anchor me in a world determined to deny my humanity. Unlike many enslaved children, I was allowed to learn to read and write. That education became a quiet strength within me. Words gave me thought, and thought gave me hope. At 14, I was sent to Hillsborough, North Carolina, to serve the son of my enslaver. There I endured years of brutal abuse at the hands of a man who hired me. For 4 years I suffered violence no young girl should endure. In 1842 I gave birth to my only son, George. He was born into bondage, as I had been, but from the moment I held him, I vowed his life would not be defined by chains. That same year, my family and I were given away as a wedding gift. We were treated as property, passed from one household to another. Eventually, we were taken to St. Louis, Missouri. It was there that I began to transform my skill with a needle into something powerful. I became a dressmaker. My hands, once forced into labor, now created beauty. I earned the trust of wealthy women in St. Louis and built a reputation as one of the finest seamstresses in the city. Yet no matter how elegant the gowns I stitched, I remained enslaved. I was told that my son and I could purchase our freedom for $1,200, an impossible sum. But the women whose dresses I made came together and loaned me the money. On November 15th, 1855, I bought freedom for myself and my son. Within 5 years, I repaid every dollar. For the first time in my life, my body and my labor belonged to me. We moved to Washington, D.C., where my business flourished. I dressed the wives of senators and generals. Then came an extraordinary commission. I was recommended to Mary Todd Lincoln, wife of President Abraham Lincoln, to create her inauguration gown. That dress marked the beginning of a close and complicated friendship. I became Mrs. Lincoln's dressmaker and confidant. We shared long hours of conversation and deep sorrow. After the death of our sons, grief bound us together in ways few could understand. When President Lincoln was assassinated, I was called to the White House to comfort Mary. I stood beside her in mourning, just as I had stood beside her in celebration. In time, when she faced financial hardship and public criticism, I attempted to help her, to defend her reputation, and to tell the truth about slavery and life inside the Lincoln White House. I wrote my autobiography, Behind the Scenes. Some believed I had betrayed her trust. Our relationship was never the same, and my business suffered. Yet I endured. In 1890, I was appointed head of the Department of Sewing and Domestic Science Arts at Wilberforce University in Ohio. Even in my later years, I taught others that skill could open doors once sealed shut. I died in 1907 at the age of 89. I was born enslaved. I survived cruelty. I purchased my freedom. I dressed a first lady, and I wrote my own story. I am Elizabeth Hobbs Keckley, and with needle and thread, I stitched my way into history.